Hello, I'm George McCranie, DUI, criminal defense attorney, and serious injury attorney with offices in Douglas and Valdosta, Georgia. Today I wanted to talk about a topic that got a lot of interest. We had a lot of questions and a lot of comments about it. Did a video on this, and it was about the Georgia Southern quarterback over from Statesboro that was stopped and arrested in South Carolina. And based on a bad field test, he was arrested for possession of cocaine when it really turns out to be bird poop. Well, what I wanted to talk about today is we've got another case. But this time, U.S. Customs thinks that honey is methamphetamine. And this is based on a bad field test. Okay? And in this situation, it caused a legal U.S. resident to be in jail for 82 days. Okay, so it's extremely serious when we're dealing with these type of situations because it can affect not only that one person but all of his family, and it can affect them for the rest of their life, and it's all because of a bad field testing kit. Now, the interest in the topic started, and I was interested in it because of the Georgia Southern quarterback. Well, when the quarterback gets pulled over, they see some white substance on the front of his car up around his windshield, and they think it's cocaine, and they tried to get him to admit that it was cocaine, and he kept telling them, no, it's bird poop. I tried to clean it off the car, and I couldn't get it off. He says he was planning on going to wash the car, basically the next day to try to get all that off of his car. Well, he gets arrested. He's suspended from playing football. There's all these repercussions that you can imagine that comes from this bad field test because they sent that test to a lab in Georgia. It comes back, bird poop. No cocaine whatsoever. Well, now let's move forward. Now we have a returning U.S. resident that comes back into the country, and because of a bad field test, the 3 jars of honey that he's bringing back with him, they test it, and U.S. Customs says this honey has liquid methamphetamine in it. All right. Now, we talked about all this. I've talked about the drug testing kits or the field testing kits for drugs before, but what the main thing you need to understand is that many of these drug testing kits were designed over 40 years ago. Okay, back when Richard Nixon was president. I mean, I was a little kid when this happened, but that's when these were developed. Now, here's the thing: they have false positives for things like prescription medication, acne medication, over 80 different compounds, cleaning chemicals, that kind of thing that you find in anybody's house. Then the South Carolina case shows us that it has a false positive for bird poop being cocaine, and now it's honey is methamphetamine. So it took an accredited lab in Georgia to test the honey, and then it turns out it's honey. No meth whatsoever. Well, the man was in jail for 82 days. All because of a bad field test. Okay? Now, imagine the stress that it caused that man who's in jail for 82 days because he decided he was going to bring 3 jars of honey with him. Okay? Not only to him, to his family, his children. He lost both of his jobs. He lost his family's health insurance and medical insurance. It destroyed his credit, all because of a bad drug field testing kit. Okay, that's what it was. Now, if you got a question about this, feel free to give us a call. You can reach us at 833-927-6227, or you can reach us online at McCranieLawFirm.com. If you got a question, we'll be glad to help you with it, answer any question that you have, and try to get you some help, okay? And at least be able to help you answer questions and let you understand what's going on with your case. There's nothing worse than not understanding what's happening with a criminal case, especially here in Georgia. Now, reports show that about 100,000 people a year in the United States enter guilty pleas on drug cases, serious drug cases now, only based on drug field testing kits on their results. That's what they enter their pleas on. Now, if only, let's say there's just a 10%, no, let's just say there's a 1% error rate in those field drug testing kits. That means that 1,000 people would enter guilty pleas when there were no drugs. A bad test, okay? So the question really becomes, well, what do you do in this type of situation? Well, you do what both of these people did. You do what the Georgia Southern quarterback did. You do what this father did, okay? You don't enter a plea based on a field test because they're just not accurate. So don't enter that plea. What you need to do is you need to get the best criminal defense attorney that's available to you, one that's experienced, one that's knowledgeable, that knows what's going on with these cases, to get them to defend you. That's what you do. Don't go in and enter a plea, but you get the best defense attorney that's available to you to defend you in these cases and make the government prove their case. Don't rely on these field testing kits. Don't just say there's nothing I can do, I got to plead guilty. Get the attorney will know what to do and will know how to protect you. Okay? That's what you do in this type of situation. Now, if you've got a question about it, feel free to give us a call. You can reach us 833-927-6227. We'll be glad to talk with you. It's completely confidential. Anything you tell us does not leave here. Okay? But we'll be glad to help you get the answers that you need to help you have peace of mind that you know what's going on in your case and you've got somebody looking out for you. Okay? Now, if you'd like a copy of my book, The Truth About Your Georgia Criminal Case, feel free, give us a call. You can reach us at 833-927-6227, and we will send you a copy. As long as we've got reserved copies with the publisher, we'll send you a copy absolutely free. And the book goes through step by step how a criminal case starts and then works its way through the Georgia criminal system. Now, as good as the book is, it gives out a lot of great information. It will not replace. Getting that book does not replace getting an experienced criminal defense attorney if you've got a criminal charge here in Georgia. And let me end with this. If you're charged in Georgia, it's extremely important to do everything you can to defend yourself, because if you are convicted of a crime in Georgia, the conviction will never come off of your criminal history. Never. So if you get convicted and you're 21 years old, when you're 70, somebody asks a question, you might want to get another job or have some reason to have to answer to somebody, you're going to have to answer why you were convicted, because it will never come off of your history. Okay? If you have a question, feel free to give us a call, 833-927-6227, or online at McCranielawfirm.com. We'll be glad to help you. And remember, everything you tell us is confidential. It does not leave our office. Thank y'all.